What is going on, guys? It is Steve, your semi-comprehensive guy, back here with another YouTube tutorial, and today I'll be showing you how to stop joystick drift on Joy-Con controllers for the Nintendo Switch. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. So if you played the Switch for a decent amount of time, you might have noticed that your Joy-Con controller joysticks are moving on their own. This happened to me a few weeks back, on the left one in particular, and from what I've read, it seems like it happens to the left one more than the right one. So if you've experienced this issue, I can help you out in this tutorial. Now, first up, obviously make sure there is no physical damage to your Joy-Con or your Joy-Con joystick. So just take a look at that and make sure that there's nothing stuck around the joystick. I'm pretty sure you've done that already, but just in case you haven't, just be sure that nothing is blocking or hindering the joystick's ability, like maybe a joystick cover or something like that. So if you're still experiencing issues, go here to System Settings, down here to Controllers and Sensors, and then we'll head down here to Calibrate Controller Sticks. We will press down on the stick we went to calibrate, and mine I've already recalibrated and fixed, but if you are experiencing controller drift, it'll most likely look like this. It'll look like it's off to the one side. It won't be in the middle. So if it is off, or it's like moving without you actually touching it, then press X to calibrate, and it'll warn us here that we should only calibrate. If there was a problem, I'm going to do it anyway, because it's not like it harms the controllers at all. So we will follow their instructions on the screen. Go in all directions here. And then we will turn it all around, and it will complete its calibration. So this should have fixed the issue, because most of the time it's just a software issue. So if you're still experiencing issues after recalibration, another thing you can do is you can take your Joy-Con controller, you can push it back like I am doing right here, lift up that little flap right there, and either blow on it or get some condensed air and blow under the flap right there. That should clear off any dust or dirt you might have, because sometimes dust and dirt can interfere with the joystick. For me, that fixed the issue. Yeah, for me, I could not fix it with the recalibration. It helped a little bit, but for me, it really fixed it when I cleaned out under the joystick. So most of you hopefully have already had the issue fixed, but if you have not had it fixed, so most of you hopefully have already had the issue resolved, but if some of you are still experiencing controller drift, another thing you can do is replace the Joy-Con joystick. Joy-Cons are pretty cheap. They're only about $8 or $9. I'll link to them down in the description below. And what you can do is you can dismantle your Joy-Con controller and then replace the joystick. Now granted, this takes a little bit of technical experience. I would not do this if you are inexperienced in taking things apart, I guess, but I'll link to some really good simple tutorials down in the description below, along with the Joy-Con link. Now if you've done all this, you've taken it apart, you've cleaned it out, recalibrated it, or maybe you just don't want to deal with the problem and you don't want to take apart your Joy-Con in any way, another thing you can do is you can send in your Joy-Con either to Nintendo or to a private repair service. Now keep in mind, these are really expensive. I personally would just buy the joystick separately on Amazon or Newegg or something like that and replace it myself. But if you do not have any experience and you still want to keep your Joy-Con, you can send it in and get it repaired for you. This will cost a lot. This will actually cost almost as much as your Joy-Con. So if I were you, I would either just repair it myself or get a new Joy-Con. But if you have some sort of sentimental attachment to your Joy-Con, send it in. Weeks, maybe a month, and it'll cost you. But if it's worth it to you, then you can do it. So that about does it. Hopefully the first two methods I showed you worked. Those are the two methods that I tried, and they both worked out for me. Hopefully you don't have to take your Joy-Con apart. But if you do, and you want me to, you want to see me do that, leave a like or comment on the video, and I will do it. I'll make a video of me replacing my Joy-Con joystick. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave them down in the comment section down below. If you liked this video, be sure to like it. Once again, I've been Steve, your semi-comprehensive guide, and have a wonderful day.